What is going on, guys? It's the Mad Dragon, and it's Thursday, which means it's patch 2 of the week coming out today. This Thursday's update for Rugby 25 has actually been an update, whereas last week it was like just pure stability. This week they've actually done a couple of changes and stuff, so we're going to jump back in. We're going to test out the new stuff that they've done in the game. We're going to play a game of our own, give our thoughts on feedback on some changes. Tuesday's video, they did the update for Tuesday, and I have to say, I enjoyed it. I was actually having a bit of fun with it. I still think the AI is way too easy in the way they organize and play. I don't feel particularly threatened as the AI trying to attack me. I feel like they're not really going to be putting scores on me unless something breaks or they sort of cheat or get one of those bump off tries. They're not really playing around me. Still think there's work to do on terms of the AI and stuff, but in terms of the actual play of the game, a lot of stuff felt a little bit better last week. So let's take a look at the patch notes going into Thursday's update. Dear players, a new update is going live today. Full notes. Improved the offside detection. Issues with offside incorrectly triggering during box kicks have been rectified. I did experience that quite a few times. It was a little bit annoying. I'm not even sure what it is. I assume it's meant to be catching players for like an accidental offside, but I'm sure it was flagging players the other end of the pitch that are offside, that aren't anywhere near the ball, but they happen to be ahead of like the offside line that was getting picked up. So hopefully we'll test that one out today. Corrected lineup retention. Official team lineup modification made in the academy will be correctly retained. Now, not something I've really messing about with the actual orders of the players' stuff in the academy, but we'll have a quick look at it. Corrected the pass input issue. Corrected scenarios where the pass receiver post-maul could not pass the ball. Not one I've particularly experienced, but my main issue is that from a maul, my scrum half picks it up and runs with it every single time, whether I pass it or not. So I don't think I've ever been able to get the pass to the next guy to test if he can pass it. But we'll have a look today. We might drop down the difficulty just so we can have more kickoffs to test out the mauls then. And then finally, of course, improved stability. Still no crashes. Still not really sure what the improved stability means. If you saw last week's video, or on Tuesday, sorry, when we did the quick throw in and it just all went to hell, and we did manage to finish the game, which was good, but a lot of the times that can end in a soft lock. So let's go over to the academy then, and take a look at these teams. So I assume what they mean is team lineup modifications. So this one. So you can actually change them in the academy and it will retain. Now this is something that actually we'll test this out because it's caught me out a few times when I've been doing the Mad Dragon Six Nations, is setting like the goal kicker from Roman Entimac to Tomo Ramos. Let's go back to normal lineup. Let's take off Atasogbe and put on Damien Penauds, because more of a starter for me there. Any other sort of changes you want to make along the way? You know what, it's all looking pretty good elsewhere along the line. But that's something to just take a look at. So we'll play as France today. Why not? Let's just check it out. We don't want to go there, and we'll test out the other stuff. We could do Romania. I feel like I've actually never played a game with Romania on this. Let's do Romania. Let's take a look at the team lineup then. Let's have a look. And the kick taker has changed from Roman Entimac to Tomo Ramos. And we do have Damien Penauds. Great! So you can now go into the academy settings and change the teams, and they'll automatically save across all of your quick play options. Actually, really good. That's a really bit, not something I've even really thought about myself in needing that to be changed, even though I've done all sorts of stuff with the Mad Dragon Six Nations and stuff. That is a really useful thing. You can just go sort of like behind the scenes a bit in the settings, change the teams. You don't have to worry about them game after game after game. That's a really good change. I'm glad that that's worked, and all looks solid. So let's continue onwards. It's a shame the Romania team don't have the yellow kit. I really like the Romanian yellow kit. They got blue and white for this one. Let's kick it off. Well, I've left it on hardest, but we're gonna aim to try and get tries because I want to test out the kickoffs, because that's normally where driving mauls come from. I think I've left it on start defense. I'm not sure what my starting stadium is here. So we're looking for offside detection. So we're going to be trying the box kicks out. We're going to see if we get any offside penalties today. The lineup retention we know is worked. And then we're going to be testing this post-maul passing thing. We could probably get away with this being a bit of a shorter video, to be fair, because there's not that much extra to test out in and around the game, because we really tested a lot of stuff out on Tuesday. They didn't come out with the patch notes till 2 minutes before my video went live on Tuesday, so unfortunately we did miss out on being able to include those patch notes, but we covered most stuff from Tuesday's video anyway. It was mainly things like they've done a couple of changes to some of the team lineups and stuff. I wouldn't have noticed that without having those patch notes anyway. One thing that I am interested in though is that they've changed the offside rules from the box kick, which is useful. That's good to see if this is going to have changed or not. Ramos going to be doing our kickoff, great to see. But I have still noticed that you can still do the offside thing where if you've got a lazy runner, you can just kick the ball up the field to him, which is absolutely an offside, and the game doesn't seem to care that guy is wildly offside. It's like the most offside thing it can be, and that is like the one not fixed. Let's do a lineup. We'll set up for a maul, and we'll see if we can get a pass out. Post, receiver, post, pass, maul, could not pass the ball. So let's go. Throw to the front, we'll go for a maul. Let's just take this one in, add a bunch of lads in, we'll start our drive along the way. Now, I'm going to want to pass left, and we're going to see if we can pass again. From the next guy, passes the ball. That all looks fine. We're doing some quick passes. And, yep, oh, wow, we're near. BLBRE actually ran like a bit of a loop around the back there. Didn't have any issues there. I've got to be honest, it's not one that I've particularly noticed as I've been playing, because, like I said, the maul situation more is an issue from the kickoff, that my guy actually just sort of doesn't allow the ball to be passed out because he's busy picking it up himself. We go over for a try. Damien Penaud dots it down. Has Damien Penaud had his face scan changed in his hair? I feel like Damien Penaud looked better when I did the Mad Dragon Six Nations. I played as France in a couple of games, and I definitely feel like I saw Damien Penaud with some close-ups. I feel like they've changed the visual look of Damien Penaud. I feel like it looks less like Damien Penaud than it looked good. The hair might be more on point. I feel like his face has changed. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Let me know down in the comments if you've noticed any other player face models change. I don't think that looks like as much like Damien Penaud as it did during the Six Nations when I was doing videos. That's weird. They must have changed that in the background. Right, we're going to take this one in. Oh, I was hoping to go for a maul. They didn't allow me to get to it. Right, let's go for a box kick then. Oh. Won't let me do a box kick. Let's take it in, and let's do another one. Right, box kick time. There we go. Right, we're going to allow us to work. Let's go for a box kick. This is what we're going to be testing out today. Are we going to get those offsides at any point today? Let's... Oh, Daisy, come here. In fact, I could probably go box kicks, 2 line-outs, and then test them all a little bit more. We could just sort of like compound them together a little bit there. Let's get going back to your scroll over there. Nope, they've gone left. We'll smash that one down. Get in there, boys. Wow, still no turnovers. Yeah, France rated a lot higher than Romania. We are struggling to get the ball back at the minute. A little bit. There we go. That's what we want. Oh. Now, that guy was offside. I've been done for offside there, but I feel like that one's fair. I specifically didn't move him round because you've been allowed to get away with this in the past. Have they chosen a scrum? They've still really not fixed this issue with the penalties allowing scrums. So here is what happened with this one. So they go into the tackle there. So Jean-Baptiste Gros here has made this tackle. You can clearly see where the back foot there of the French players is. He never ever gets back on side. The ruck pushes in. He's never gone back on side, runs in and picks up the ball through players, which is still a weird sort of animation stuff. But in previous patches, you were allowed to get away with that, and that anyone can pick up the ball basically when you want a turnover. That seems to now be pinging me for an offside, so you've actually got to get the guy back around. We will go for more turnovers and test whether that's a consistent thing or whether we just got lucky or unlucky in there. But that's a nice change as well, because obviously you can't just remain offside the entire time and try and do it. Now, scrums. I had a scrum in Tuesday's video that just collapsed on me even though I got perfect green along the way. And I wasn't able to get that again. That looks fine to me. Oh, and Dupont picked that one up after winning enough pushes, and away we go. Normally the number 8 waits to pick that one up. I wonder if they've changed some stuff in the scrum. Yeah, I don't know why that one broke for me on Tuesday's video. I haven't had it again. But of course, this is, my initial play of these new patches and updates rather than, playing like 20 different games and testing everything. It's my initial thoughts. What's it like when I jump into it for the first time? So that happened for the first game. Hasn't happened again since. So I must have just got really unlucky with why that one collapsed. Oh, we're all a bit stationary over here, boys. We get a... The AI's not looking like they really know what to do from there. I'd be expecting a box kick. We are now over their dead ball line. Or over their own try line, sorry. And eventually they've put that one down. It's still a bit janky around the try line area. The AI really seems to get stuck in not knowing what to do. A few patches back it was... Ooh, that big camera drop is back. We haven't had that since early access where they catch the ball and the whole camera dips down. That used to be very annoying. But yeah, we had the issue sort of around launch time where they would just sort of stand stationary at the ruck and in their own try line, and eventually they would give you a penalty for not using the ball. They seem to now just sort of get stuck. You'd think they'd go for like a box kick or something, try and get a an exit out, but they've still not really worked. Like, can we just run in here? Ooh, nearly be able to get there. Let's put him down again. We'll go for these dropouts. We want to get a few more of these dropouts. I'm trying to get them to put me in a maul so we can test the pass from the mauls from a kickoff. They keep kicking it slightly too long, as they've done again. It lands in the arms of Malvaca. Let's go for a... Ooh, off the crossbar. And we'll put them back over again. They've got to kick it shorter. Come on, boys. You've got to put me under pressure. You're going to run straight into the post here. 9. This is going to hurt. Ooh, he just about got around. He's going to break his shins. They've gone a little bit too long once again. Go for another drop goal. Hooray! Here we are, smashing it through. Antoine Dupont. What can't this boy do? Smashing over these drop goals. So let's give him another drop out from here and see if they go for a driving maul from this one. Because I would love to test whether or not they've been able to fix that issue with the scrum half just picking it up automatically from the kickoff. Mauls, that looks like it's gone. No, it's gone a little bit too far as well. Let's just let them land. Okay, everyone in. I'm not pushing anything, just doing the maul. The maul is set up. That's nice to see. We're going to go for a pass left, and we're going to try and pass it left again. Pass left. Ooh, bit bullet pass, but it'll work, and we're away. I think we've got a bit of a resounding fix here going on with the mauls, as they certainly weren't smooth in previous patches. Or was Romania with a huge turnover there, able to crush that one and get a nice turnover on us there. So that looks like it's worked. I've done a few box kicks in the background. I haven't really been putting a lot of emphasis on the amount of box kicks I've been doing, and we've not had a single offside. I'll struggle to get a few more of these turnovers now, but it's on hardest, you know. It shouldn't be easy to just sort of walk over, even though I'm France up against Romania. It's a big difference in team rating. Whoop. We'll pick that one up. But, you know, you don't want it to just be this endless ability for you to always take over the rucks and stuff. Right, let's go for another box kick. Still not a single one of them has been given for offside, and I did experience that quite a few times. We'll go for one more maul from this line out. Honestly, it's not a big update today, so we might keep this video a bit shorter, which will be nicer, but everything in here seems pretty good so far. Let's go for a long... Oh, in fact, let's keep it short because I don't want them to steal it. I specifically want to try and keep it within the maul. Everybody in. I'm holding down RT. I still feel like something needs to be done with these mauls to make it a bit more interesting. I'm currently just sat here holding the RT button and we're just sort of marching forwards. Let's press pass. Up he goes. There's a bit of a bullet pass from that initial pass, which, you know, probably something else that needs to be tweaked. They absolutely blast it into the next guy. But... seems to be getting away with those passes absolutely fine. No real issues. All looking positive for me. Let's go for one more box kick. I wonder if I can sort of try and keep... I might try something a bit more sporadic, actually, and see if I can get the ball back. He's probably going to kick this one. I assumed he was going to kick it back out. I want to try one more before we get to half-time. One more thing to test about the offside thing. If we can have it, but there we go. Right, let's run away. Run away, run away, run away. Right, let's go back this side. So we've got a couple of lazy runners here. We're just going to turn around, do a little box kick over the top. Oh, that's not really what I wanted to. Oh, they're going to kick this one out, are they? Well, that was not what I wanted to do. I'm still going to test this out. Let's quickly jump into the second half. I'm probably not going to play a full second half, to be honest, because everything's looking pretty good. I just really want to test out if the actual offside has been fixed where you kick the ball over the top and you're able to really sort of punish them. It's probably going to be trying to get them back in their own try area and going for drop goals. That's a... nice kick. That was out on the full. Actually, don't know where I was. Let's see where this lineout's taken from. Oh, slowly getting in here. I do wish you could kind of skip these little cutscenes. I like the cutscenes, don't get me wrong. I just wish you could skip past them a little bit quicker. So we'll take that one back. So they've claimed this one was outside of the 22 when I went for the box kick. I actually can't remember. Yep, I was outside the 22. Lineout was put in the right position. That's nice to see. Honestly, I think a few little things have been fixed. A few of those, just they're not like the biggest things in the world, but they were things that really bother you. If you're a big rugby fan, you know the rules around the kicks will really bother you, like they did with me, where you know a 50-22 didn't count, or if you kicked it dead from outside your own 22 and it went straight out, it was like it didn't quite register. Those things are really annoying for players that are big into rugby and understand all the rules, and it feels like the AI could sort of exploit around you. So I'm glad they've been able to fix quite a few of them. Let's just go for a box kick again. I haven't had a single issue with these box kicks from any offside, so I'm pretty happy with saying that has been fixed, and it's something I did experience quite a little bit. Where they kick this down, feel any chance? Oh no! I really want to get the ball down, so I want to test this kick, and they're not letting me do it. They're determined to kick it back. As soon as it gets back in their 22, they just boot that thing straight back out. Ooh! There I am, talking about kick rules being correct. What happened here? So, I kicked this ball down the field. I have kicked this into their 22. Number 9's got it. Decent exit clearance. Line out should not be from here. They've kicked that from inside the 22. I kicked it inside. It wasn't brought back. That line out should be, you know, over here. So, they haven't quite fixed it all. Which is a shame. Okay, we kick this one long. Back to Ramos. Pick it up, please. There we go. Little kick. Penalty. Kicking ahead to somebody that's already offside is being given as an offside. Hey, you know what? That's a decent little positive. I also tried one with the drop kick over the top, and that also got picked up too. You know what? I think there's been some positive shifts there in terms of the offside. Interesting that the AI is still choosing scrums from these offside penalties. I mean, that was a very blatant, you know, infringement. It's not like it was an accidental offside. I just kicked that straight to my my boys' hands. But they're still choosing the scrum. They haven't quite fixed that. Let's just go for one final big 50-22 to seal this game out. See if we can get a nice little 50-22 in there. Boom! Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. Landing these 50-22 was fun. You know what? All good. All good. Honestly, we'll jump into some thoughts and feedback. It's going to be a bit of a quicker one, which is nice because it's a small update. I think these Thursday ones are always going to be a bit of an issue. It's because they're just going to be tweaks and little things rather than needing to play a full game. I think we've tested that pretty sufficiently there. We were on for another decent win in there. So the full notes. Improve the offside detection. Issues with the offside incorrectly triggering during box kicks have been rectified. Yeah, I had a number of box kicks in there. No offsides at all that was an issue. The offside ruling also seems to be better. It seems to be more in line. You've got players that we had a turnover, we had a good counter ruck. Guy never got back on side, went in, picked up the ball, blown up for offside. You're not allowed to pick up that ball. That is a correct ruling. You can't just do that. Great to see that. We had that one at the end, kicking the ball to someone ahead of me is being given as an offside as opposed to letting my boy just run straight over and score a try. So the offside rule seems to have been switched a bit and had some tweaks done to it, and I think all of them are positive from my perspective there. Corrected the lineup retention. The official team lineup modification in the academy will be correctly retained. I think that's a really good thing. Not something I've ever even thought about before today's patch, but I love that that's a thing. They can go in, you can change your academy lineups for the official teams, and they just stay the same for your quick play matches, and I assume that will translate over to your online games as well. That's a really positive thing. If you just want to change your lineups, play a few games, I think that's really good. So that's another big tick for me there. Corrected the pass input issue. Corrected scenarios where the pass receiver post-maul could not pass the ball. Now, you guys will have to let me know if this is something you experienced a lot. I'm still feeling the pass receiver post-maul could not pass the ball. That wording to me suggests the scrum half passing it to somebody and that next guy wasn't able to pass the ball. It's not something I've ever experienced because my main issue was my scrum half would always just pick up the ball and run itself. The wording might mean that, like, the receiver from the maul, who is the scrum half, couldn't pass it. In which case, it actually feels like that's been fixed too, because I didn't once then have my scrum half picks that up. But let me know if you had an extra issue with the passer outside of your scrum half not being able to pass the ball as well. Mauls seem to work fluidly today, and I've been able to get that pass out twice, so I think ticks there as well, and then the improved stability, still no crashes along the way. So, what a good week. What a good week for the world of Rugby 25. Tuesday's update felt like a nice little tight, positive boost to the game, and then the 20th of March update as well seems to have fixed some issues with the rulings and the way sort of some of the set piece works and stuff as well. I think that's really nice. I think we've had a good week. Last week's was rough. This week's, that's a good step forward. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section, guys. I'm probably going to be playing a bit of this over the weekend. Honestly, this game's feeling much more tight, much more, realistic now as the rules are getting implemented a little bit better and the structures of the game are working a little bit better. I'll probably put some more time into this over the course of the weekend, get ready for Tuesday's update once again. I would still like to see the AI being able to do something that threatens me. I'm still playing on. I know the team rating difference was much more different in this video than it was on Tuesdays, because I want to test off a lot of the mauls and stuff. I just wanted to be able to win the Linout Decisions stuff. But like I'm messing around. I'm messing around against the AI on the hardest difficulty. Again, some of those turnover rucks was a bit trickier today. It was actually kind of hard to get them back from Romania. But it's the attack. The attack is just sort of non-existent from the AI at this point, apart from cheesing a bump off, cheesing a hand off, getting it out to a winger if I'm a much lower rated team and can't chase them down. That's the next thing I'd really like to see is just change that AI. Not even change it. Go back to what it was in early access. It felt so much more dynamic in early access, and then sort of improve it from there. But I'm sure there's a lot of stuff going on in the background. I've enjoyed this week's update, guys. I hope you all have too. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.